you'll notice that the last two items on there are a brief nod to reality, and that is that we recognize that we've got a bunch of people in Bert with a whole lot of skills, but physical mobility, the ability to crawl underneath a cribbing pile and things like that are no longer things that they're either wanting to or capable of. So we recognize that there are other things that need to be done, and that addresses those. So as long as people are interested, we've got a job done of some kind. It may not, it's not going to be running up and down the streets. It's not going to be racing up Chelsea Hills to try and help somebody at the top of the hill, but it may be being sufficiently trained so if the EOC has been open for 48 hours, we have people that are well enough trained that they can come in and go in the other room with the finance and admin people and help total up timesheets, FEMA forms, and stuff like that. Help the community, given the fact that everybody else is exhausted. Now, today is about what we should do this year. And with that in mind, let me give you a couple of facts. Maybe I can find something decent to write. Okay. Bert right now has a need for a pen that works. We have 550 plus people that have been trained by the Bert team since 2002. Many of those people are in town. Some of them are now in a situation that they're no longer capable or interested in doing much. Right now, we have 445 We have 445 members that are on the rolls. Now, some of those are people who just haven't left. There are people who don't necessarily want to do anything, but I haven't been able to contact them, so as far as I'm concerned, they're still a resource if we need them. On average, we get 100 plus people to show up at each drill we've run. This is since the one that we ran in 2012, the first citywide Bert drill that we did. And this also includes musters and stuff like that. And then finally, we have on average 30 people show up when we do a continuing education thing, be it radio, be it triage, be it whatever, on average. So those are, as a bean counter, those are some numbers about what we've got to work with. When we start talking about what we're going to do over the next year, or the next, I guess in a sense, yeah, the next year. That's what we've got. Those are the numbers we've got to work with and the things we can expect. For the most part, we have attendance sheets for all of that. I have a training log, but it's in its most formative stage. Now, by the way, so that I can keep my questions the same from the group that got together on Wednesday, I want to share a couple of things with you. Now, in terms of education, we have a variety of things that we can offer to people who want to learn. We have online independent study, and that's predominantly stuff that we can get from EMI from FEMA. some of you have taken IS 100, 200, 700, 800, 442, 5, and so on. So that's a do it when you want to, log on with your computer, and away you go. Now, the next thing we have is a variety of casual kinds of things that we're doing. Right now, most of it is stuff that you see on Facebook. And if you're not following Bert's Facebook, which is Benicia Emergency Response Team, it's worth doing. If you have things you want to add to it, Dave Hagman has given me several things already to add. That is all, that is a resource we're developing more and more. Some of it's videos, some of it's pontifications by yours truly, some of it's stuff that we've taken from other CERT teams, and so on. Now, we also have had in the past, and will have again, I believe, in the future, what I have called Saturday seminars. By the way, there was no spell checking on the board, there is no F7 key, so forgive me, such as we need to. Receiving an MBA does not qualify you to use the English language. We also have drills. Many of you have been involved in that in some fashion or other. And then we have had exercises, tabletops, which we did about this time last year. We have done a number of things. Some of you may recognize it with Formidable Footprint, program from Disaster Resilient Communities in Florida. They've got some really good stuff that we have done online. Then we've had a couple of functional drills, where we're looking at just one or two skills that we want to work on. And we've had a couple of full-scale drills. So that's who we got. This is kind of what we've done with the resources we've got available.
With a higher skill, training, authority figure, as it were. So, you know, the fact that you're devoting time to talk about improving Bert and staying sharp in your skills, it is extremely important. But just, again, no, when you put on the outfit, after everything stopped shaking, your neighbors and whomever, and us, firefighters and police and ambulance, we're going to recognize you as being a subject matter expert. So staying sharp in your skills is really, really important. Second thing I want to say, I know I'm rambling a bit, but Angela made a very good point of, although we may not be physically capable to do everything that a 20-year-old could do, because I can't either, having the knowledge, though, to direct those spontaneous volunteers who may be younger and have stronger backs, but you have the vest, you have some knowledge. I think Larry said, you see a structure that's unsafe, you can stop a 20-something from, you know, going inside. The comment about focusing on triage as well as other skills, I really like the triage piece because you're going to encounter walking wounded. People that have some injuries, they're not buried, they're not trapped, but they have injuries. They're outside somewhere. And to be able to assist them, you know, bleeding control, whatever, I think that's real important. And having live victims to, you know, play and work on is important too. So with all the ideas you have, Larry, I mean, I can see that there's a handful of committees that can get formed. You really only have about, what, maybe 30 to 50 people that's going to maybe roll up their sleeve and try to take on things. But I don't know. It's been a good day. I've taken some notes and heard some wonderful ideas come from this meeting. So that's about it.